This is a 73 years old female. She presented with pain in the right flank for the last 4 months.
Can you make it full screen, please?
She is always a female, all right?
Yes.
You can either say this lady or this female or this person, or you can say this individual, a lady with so and so day. She is always a female. Carry on.
I would like to know the onset, whether it was sudden onset or insidious, and whether the character of the pain, whether it was dull aching, continuous or colicky, and then whether it was associated with any other symptoms like fever or hematuria or pyuria. Hello?
Yeah, this is the history of present illness. The pain was in the right flank. It was insidious in onset, moderate in intensity, continuous, without any radiation of pain. There were no aggravating factors associated and no relieving factors associated.
Okay, so were there any other associated symptoms like hematuria, pyuria, lethalgia, or any history of fever?
No such history.
Okay. Any history of lower urinary tract symptoms?
No such history.
Okay. Any history of weight loss or evening onset fever? Loss of appetite?
Any loss of appetite is asking?
No, sir. No loss of weight, no loss of appetite.
Whether she had any history of trauma or any surgical intervention recently?
There's no history of any trauma, and recently there is no surgical history.
What is remaining, Tarun? Whether there is history of any lump, you need to know, no?
Any history of flank fullness or any lump palpable?
No such history.
Okay. Okay. Any history of tobacco or any addiction?
No such history of smoking or any substance abuse.
Any comorbidities like diabetic, hypertensive, or any contact with tuberculosis or any past history of tuberculosis?
Patient is a known hypertensive under medication, and 35 years back she had undergone one open appendectomy.
So when there is nothing to give you any clue, as in this case, what is the most common thing which you have seen?
Ma'am, most common is the calculus disease.
Okay.
How common is calculus disease presenting for the first time at the age of 73? 4 months history. If there was a past history of recurrent colicky pain and all that, maybe. But for the first time, the 73-year-old lady comes with right flank.
Sir, considering as an our region, stone disease is more common than other diseases. Considering the age, we can also think of other differential diagnosis like.
That's exactly what Madam wants to know. and you came out with stone disease. So I queried you on the fact that how many times have you seen stone disease presenting for the first time in a 73-year-old lady at that time? You look at your own data. You look at the KEM data and tell me how many times how many patients above the age of 70 you have done a PCNL for the first time or URS for the first time, not regular.
So less common.
No, you will know. You ask madam, she will tell you, not even one, I think. For the first time. I'm not telling you come earlier, 5 years ago, then had something, then again. That's different. Primary presentation at the age of 73, without any other history, nothing at all. If I told you that this lady had some recurrent burning in the urine, was treated in the past for recurrent UTI, she got better, then again she will get some recurrent, what would you suspect that situation?
Sir, we can suspect of any chronic infective pathology.
What? You are talking of stone disease. No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in the context of stone disease, if I tell you that this lady has been coming at the age of 73, that she has in the past she comes once in 2 years with some recurrent UTI. Every 6 months she gets some treatment and then she goes back. And now she thought she will come and have a checkup because some pain is there. What do you think is happening? What sort of stone disease presents like this? In 73-year-old lady.
Maybe a staghorn calculi which has remained silent for years.
It's very well known, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
There's a hesitation in your mind to shoot staghorn calculus. Huh?
Yes.
That is the reason why that famous article came out by John Blandy et al. One mixed in John Blandy many years ago. Because the treatment of staghorn calculus, because they were asymptomatic, they would be left alone. Oh, patient has got no symptom, leave it alone. This was the standard general surgical principle. There are so many people who had staghorn calculi and they were just left.
Yes,
If you don't recall that data and that study, they will show you that these patients all went into renal failure.
yes, sir.
So that is the reason why asymptomatic staghorn calculi should be treated. It's very difficult to say it is actually asymptomatic.
Yes.
Truly asymptomatic. Okay, proceed. What else? This was a sideshow because you made the issue related to stone disease, and it can happen in the exam.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't have to be the way you want it. Sometimes one examiner will go on this direction, another examiner will try to pull the other examiner back in, but one fellow is persisting, so they keep quiet. It's like that, you know. So you carry on now.
Yes, sir. Sir, secondly, probably considering the age, there could be malignancy related to upper tract or renal malignancy.
Okay.
Third thing can be cystic disease of kidney.
What cystic disease?
Sir, can be a large simple cyst which can lead to continuous dilating pain.
Right. Okay. Why do you say large simple cyst and not adult polycystic disease? You said large simple cyst. Why do you say large simple cyst?
Sir, polycystic disease would be usually bilateral and presentation would be a bit earlier.
Alright, conceded. Any other reason why you said simple cyst? You made the word simple cyst. That's why I am asking. Again, you know, whenever you are in doubt, you go back on statistics.
Yes, sir.
50% of people above the age of 50 have got cysts in their kidney. It's a well-known fact. Okay?
Yes, sir.
There are certain statements and like mnemonics in urology which you must remember. And learn to remember it in an easy way. You know, like this. Like this rule of 10 for pheochromocytoma, rule of this for that. Last week also somebody talked about the rule of 30. So, this is 10 to 50% of people above the age of 50 will have a cyst. So, that's a simple enough explanation for why you can think of a cyst in a patient. That's all. So, what will you do now? Just tell him the examination findings. I don't need anything on examination, is it? Yeah, examination is negative.
Yeah, but Tarun, because of the this thing, being an elderly female, you have to ask about PV discharge, anything related to her uterus. Don't forget that.
Yes, sir.
Especially post-menopausal bleeding.
Yes, sir.
Of course, many women are very astute when it comes to postmenopausal bleeding because they suddenly find there is blood and they get surprised and they think that it may be from the urine or it may be from that. So they are astute about it because they have attained menopause maybe 10, 15 years ago. And they never had it and suddenly when this blood comes, they all get very upset. So it does happen. They are able to figure it out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So all the physical examination is negative.
Sir, we will further investigate the patient with.
Job investigation.
Okay.
Job investigation. Here are the investigations. Blood.
Everything is a CBC, LFT, RFT.
All the tests were done for this lady. She came with all these reports actually.
Sir, actually slides are not moving. We are still on the negative history slide.
Okay, let's see now. Sometimes the net is slow here and you will have to bear with us for a moment.
Yes, sir.
We are not entirely happy with the network in our hospital. Yeah, currently it is very bad. No, don't change it. Have you? Okay, just to keep the discussion going, all the investigations were normal, including the urine analysis. So what will you do now?
Okay. And we will further investigate with image studies. First, we will do a basic ultrasound abdomen.
Okay. Why would you not do a CT scan in this case? You said ultrasound. Why would you not do CT scan?
Sir, the basic we can make it out because ultrasound is office based. Also, we can do it if it is available with us, so that we can.
Ultrasound is available in every village, every corner store also. That's not an explanation. I want a scientific answer from you. You are a consultant. You want to tell me why you want an ultrasound and not a CT scan. For every other reason, you will do a CT scan. Now you want to do ultrasound. Why? And I agree with you. I think we would all agree with you that ultrasound is the investigation of choice in this particular context.
Sir, we can also decide whether we want to do contrast enhanced CT scan or a plain CT scan based on the findings of ultrasound.
All right. Okay, we can. That I agree. That's a side spin. But what is the main reason? That doesn't explain the reason why you want to do an ultrasound. See, the ultrasound, this is a lady with a non-specific type of a pain at the moment, isn't it?
Yes.
Right flank pain for, she's 73 years old. At the age of 73, there can be many reasons for flank pain. She may not be describing it properly.
Yes.
Pain in the flank could be radiation from the spine because of some unitic symptoms or whatever it is. Yeah? You don't know. It's very non. So that's the reason why every test is negative. If, for example, the urine examination had shown that she has got microscopic hematuria or something like that, there may be a reason for you to do a CT scan. But with everything negative, you want to be sure that you may find nothing at all in this lady. If you find, look at it this way, if the ultrasound was totally negative in this lady, nothing there in the kidney, nothing there in the urine, then you may say that this pain is probably not even logical. Isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that's the way of explaining it. If it is negative, you have to think slightly differently all the time. You can't be just thinking in a straight line. You have to think slightly laterally also sometimes.
Yes.
If it is positive, fine, very good. If it is negative, it's negative. This is what happens in the OPD. So many people come with pain in the flank. You do an ultrasound, you do a urine, everything is all right. You know what's wrong, you send them off to another specialty, isn't it? You send them to gynae, you send them to GI, you send them to spine. Say, oh, maybe this pain is something to do with the back. So that's the reason. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what did the ultrasound show on this lady? Can you see the images now? Just show the ultrasound. Don't waste time on this.
We have the CT video.
Huh?
We have the CT scan video. Ultrasound.
Okay, ultrasound showed a complex cyst in the right kidney. That's a 4.5 into 3 centimeters in the right kidney, a complex cyst.
Okay. Sir,
Now what do you do?
sir, I would like to know the location of the cyst. That's up.
Well, it is the mid pole. Sorry, lower pole. It was the lower pole of the kidney. Complex cyst in the lower pole of the right kidney.
Yes, sir.
Now what do you do?
Sir, I would like to further investigate with contrast enhanced CT scan.
All right.
Are you able to see the slide?
Yeah, slide is visible, but it's just a black screen.
Yeah, okay, now you just got to open it. Enable it. Is it the slide is anyway blank there?
Yes, sir. You play the videos.
Is there a video there?
Yes, sir.
Why did it go?
Enable content. Preview. I just started.
Can you see the slide now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a CT scan movie. Has it stopped?
No, sir. It's continuing.
It's continuing. Okay.
So it's a bit slow. Yes, sir. Now the renal images.
Whenever you want to stop it, you tell.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got some impression on it?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So this
The
is
ultrasound, remember the ultrasound reported a complex cyst. So is that valid or not valid?
no, sir. More it looks like a solid tumor rather than cystic lesion.
Okay. Solid tumor. You mean there's no cystic component at all in this?
Sir, there are a few cystic components, but majority is a solid component.
So what is the Bosnian classification?
So Bosniak classification would be 4, sir. Class type 4.
Huh?
4, sir.
So obvious tumor. Solid component is there.
As a replate, sir.
Yes, okay. Are you happy? You want to replay it or you're happy with what you're seeing?
Yes, sir. I'm okay, sir.
Okay.
So, sir, this is CT is mostly taken in the arterial phase. It shows bilateral enhancing kidneys, with left kidney is normal in size and contour and is enhanced properly. The right kidney shows a lower pole mass of approximately 3 by 4 centimeter, which is we cannot compare it with the plain scan whether it is enhanced or not, as plain films are not available. It is well defined, well marginated, and is partly endophytic and partly exophytic.
Okay.
The is away from the renal hilum, with not probably no involvement with the PCS system and the renal vessels. Renal artery appears normal. Renal vein probably is normal. We cannot make out without a venous space.
So what will you do now? You said this is a Bosniak. Which variety? Bosniak?
Type 4, sir.
Type 4. So what are you going to do?
Sir, type 4 has.
I'll ask you 2 questions. I'll ask you 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
One is, what are you going to do? And what is your worry when you do something to this lady? What is your area of concern and what will you do? 2 questions.
Sir, as it is a Bosniak type 4 cyst, there are 75 to 90% chances of being it malignant.
Okay.
So the one worry is that of malignancy.
Okay. I think we will all agree that that's a worry here. It's a Bosniak type 4. There is solid element there, and therefore the chance of this is being a malignant lesion is very high. But what's your concern? What's your worry?
So we will have to look for the performance status of the patient. As
She's quite okay in terms of performance. She's 73, but she's okay. She's doing all her work herself. She's from a reasonably upper middle class family. She's okay. She's well nourished for her age. But what's your concern? You haven't thought about that area, isn't it?
the stomach was dilated very much.
Stomach was dilated. Is that your concern? What is the treatment you're going to give to the lady? What treatment are you going to offer?
What happens if you remove some renal tissue?
As the opposite kidney appears normal, there are less chances that patient may develop renal failure. And patient is also not having any comorbidities like diabetes that may further lead to her renal insufficiency.
Would you say that is a very large renal tumor?
No, sir.
No. This is a sort of tumor which is what? Usually size is 4 centimeters, 3 centimeters average.
T1 tumor, sir.
Yeah, these sort of lesions are, how are they discovered?
Sir, incidentally detected.
Incidentally. And how are incidental tumors presenting? How do incidental tumors present as?
Sir, patient is being diagnosed for some other pathology and on imaging we usually detect it.
So basically, incidental means incidentally detected. You go for master health checkup, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You have a headache and you go for somebody does ultrasound, they find it.
Yes.
You do something else, you go with acute appendicitis and they do an ultrasound and they find that you've got a tumor. Only day for yesterday I got a call. They did acute appendicitis and incidentally they found a lesion in the kidney, what to do. So, what is the presentation?
So flank pain, right side flank pain.
Yeah. The concern here is that you operate on her. Is the pain going to go away? Number one. Number two, is there an explanation for the pain that this lady could have had based on the CT scan? So in that situation, what are you going to look for in that lesion? To account for pain. Remember 4 months of flank pain.
Yes, sir.
What are you going to look for in the CT scan? I'll be more specific in the index case, in the index kidney, to make it easier for you.
So we must look for some other organ pathology, whether that is responsible for.
Okay, there is no. I'm saying I'm making it easier for you in that kidney. Forget the other organs. Forget the other organ. Nothing in the other organ. But you need some explanation as to what has been the cause of her pain, if it is related to the kidney. What sort of lesion is this? You said, what lesion is it?
Sir, complex solid.
Complex cystic lesion, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what can happen to a complex cystic lesion?
So there may be hemorrhage within it, which may lead to pain.
You tell me, man. That's all I want to know. What I'm finding is that if I ask you a direct question, you are able to answer it. But if I ask the question slightly differently, all you guys get stuck.
Yes, sir.
I want you all to think, man. Not just you have a kidney there, you operate, and that's the end of it. I'm very concerned that this lady's pain may not actually go away after doing whatever surgery you have. You may inflict more pain, a different sort of pain. So that is always the worry.
Yes, sir.
So the reason why I'm telling you this is because tomorrow when you go to the world, you will experience all this. You remove the kidney, sir, is that pain? Now I've got different sort of pain here. Nothing has happened. You've taken out my kidney. You're lucky that it turns out to be cancer, so nobody will fight against you. That's a good job. Still, you have to be sure. You have to think. Okay, I'm putting knife to skin. I'm putting something here in the patient. Are they going to get benefit from whatever I'm doing? That's all. Just to have a little edge over the symptomatology so that you know what's happening.
Yes, sir.
So what are you going to do for this? Is there anything to suggest bleeding here? How will blood in a cyst look like? On the CT scan. How will you identify it? It has bled on the CT.
Sir, we can take the HU is around 50 to 60, sir. The content.
I mean, this may have been blood, it may have bled today, it may have bled 3 months ago or 4 months ago, and after that, no more bleeding. That's when she had the pain 4 months ago, and she's coming to see you.
Yes, sir.
How do you know that this is fresh blood and not old blood? Yeah, ji.
What is the HU of fresh blood and what is the HU of an organized clot?
Ma'am, the fresh blood will be HU around 50 to 60.
No, you are using contrast or no contrast?
On contrast, sir, it will
Fresh
be.
blood has already got blood in it. Alright?
Yes, sir.
Fresh blood has already got blood. So, in a non-contrast it will enhance because it's fresh blood. Then after some time, the blood gets absorbed, isn't it? So, it does not enhance on the CT, on the plain CT. So, that's how on the plain CT, we find that in the cystic lesion, there is enhancement, then you suspect that, oh, there is blood inside. So, blood is decent. That's how you make out. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So, what are you going to do now?
Sir, as it is a small mass and located towards the lower pool without involvement of probably PCS, then we can do a partial nephrectomy.
Why not do radical nephrectomy? Be done with it.
Sir, better is nephron sparing surgery.
And she's 73, or what more nephron do you want to spare? She's got how many years to live?
Yes, sir, but she is hypertensive, so one of the comorbidities.
Normal renal function. What will initiate nephron sparing surgery in this lady?
One is the tumor size, sir. Tumor size is
4 centimeters. The 4.5 centimeters, T, if you want to stretch it, okay, T1A. Not T1, T1B, whatever, let's say between 4 and 7 centimeters. What is it that will make your decision veer towards partial nephrectomy?
Sir, it is away from the this PCS, nearness to PCS is there. And
those are all technical and depends on the degree of skill and competence. It's got nothing to do with science. I am asking you the science of what will make your decision of doing partial nephrectomy in this case. It's not a difficult question, is it? See, this is a T1B lesion. You are aimed to do a partial nephrectomy, but what is it that will change your decision completely? No. I have to do partial nephrectomy. I'm not going to radical.
sir, if there are multiple tumors or it's a familial syndrome, then
Nothing there yet. There's nothing there. This
Yes,
is 73 years old. Have you understood the question? I'm sure you know the answer. It's just that I'm not sure whether you understood the question.
the majority of the component is exophytic. So
That's what I'm saying. These are all technical questions, technical answers. That is, I am a good surgeon, therefore I can do the most complex partial nephrectomy. Okay, that is all. I am looking at the science of this whole concept of partial versus radical. What will make you decide that no, this person must have a partial nephrectomy? Although she is 73, doesn't matter. I would prefer to do partial nephrectomy rather than radical. You said she was hypertensive, no?
yes, sir.
Yes. So what can hypertension do to the kidney?
So that is what nephropathy. She can develop hypertension.
Nephropathy. Hypertension does not cause nephropathy, it causes nephrosclerosis. I think these are very definite pathological terms. It causes nephrosclerosis because it involves the vessels. Nephropathy is a generalized disease which usually involves the glomeruli. So this is nephrosclerosis. You get arteriolar nephrosclerosis. So hypertensive nephrosclerosis. What happens in other organs in the body, including the retina, this happens here in the kidney. So as a consequence of hypertensive nephrosclerosis, what happens to the other kidney?
There will be, sir, renal insufficiency because of that.
Yeah, so how would you assess renal insufficiency?
The size of the kidney.
Size of the kidney, alright, very good. Anything else? Anything else which will help you assess renal insufficiency?
Serum creatinine, sir.
Serum creatinine, anything more specific than serum creatinine?
GFR.
Okay. Yeah. You want to know the absolute GFR or eGFR or some way by which you can get the GFR. Knowing fully well that at 73 you are likely to have reduced GFR. So if your GFR is in the range of CKD3 or whatever it is, then you are worried, isn't it? You are worried that okay, this may be a problem. Or if there is some evidence in the urine examination of albumin 1+, then you already got some changes in your kidney. So these things might affect. Then you look at the individual and say 73, very fit guy, will live for another 20 years or 15 years. Then you say, okay, he must have good renal function. So you would gear towards that in spite of the difficulty index of the partial nephrectomy. These are the standard things, you know. And if there's obvious disease and things like that, the opportunity. So these are standard questions, and you should know the answer to them. Anyway, what was done for this lady? She had a radical nephrectomy?
Yes, sir.
She had a radical nephrectomy.
These are the gross images.
That's the image of this kidney. You can see that's how it looks like. No? Lot of cysts around on the surface, which conforms to that cystic nature, and then there's a solid element. You got a cut section of that? No, alright. So what is the biopsy report?
The right renal mass showing multilocular cystic renal neoplasm of low malignant potential. Previously, it was known as multilocular cystic renal cell carcinoma. Perinephric fat and the Gerota's fascia were free from the tumor. Ureter and the renal vessel contents were also free from the tumor.
So this is an RCC, but cystic RCC. So there are two questions here that need to be looked at. Number one, for the next class, what's the difference between a cystic RCC,
Yes, sir.
cystic RCC, and what? Cystic RCC is one variety, and RCC in a cyst.
Okay, sir.
Alright? They are two different entities. RCC in a cyst and a cystic RCC.
Okay, sir.
And one more to revise is what is the difference between, the final outcome of radical versus partial. That means we need to have the latest data on that. It's there out. Because everybody talks about these two operations, and you know that if you do a partial nephrectomy or if you're doing radical nephrectomy, you're causing a lot of harm. If you're doing partial nephrectomy, you're causing a lot of other issues. So, you know, just to revise what's the current status of radical versus partial nephrectomy. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So just these two. Are they the same entities? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sujata?
Sir,
Hello?
ma'am has
Ma'am?
left.
She has gone to Dean's office?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. I'll call her later. Tell her.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
All right.